Hey there, Libra, and welcome to your week of May 24th, 2021 tarot reading. About to hit you up with a general vibe card here. Then we're going to do a 4-card spread, past, present, future, and an outcome. Do some clarifiers for all those cards, and hopefully see what's going on with you this week, Libra. Remember though, Libra, these are general readings, so just take what resonates, leave the rest. You know, don't try to make something fit the dozen. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not, right? So let's get you your general vibe card here, Libra. So for today, this week, we've got you, wow, something in the air signs tonight. We got the round and round card. Just did Gemini's reading, and they also had the round and round card. So it's a card of going round and round, the merry-go-round to suck. It's like you are just keep repeating, you know, you're stuck in this loop, this cycle of like, oh, the universe or life or whatever is trying to teach you a lesson, and you're like, oh yeah, I learned it, I know what I'm doing, and then you just keep going back into the same rut. You just keep falling into it, and it's like, see, we're trying to teach you this, but you're not picking it up, and it just keeps going round and round and round, and it sucks the whole time for everybody involved. So we'll try to get you some, we'll get you a spread here regardless, but we'll try to see what the problem is. Gemini had a bit of a stubborn problem. They were just being a little too thick-skulled, I think. So we'll see. That's funny. The Ace of Pentacles flipped, and they had the Ace of Pentacles in their reading too. So maybe you want to go check out Gemini's reading after this. Pretty similar start. We'll see where we're to after this. So in your past, Libra, we have got the Seven of Swords, which is a cheeky, like backstabby, betrayer, stealing, liar, cheater, stealer energy. Got nothing to really go with other than this, but it's also a card of protection. And it's a card where this, like, he's trying to take all these swords so this army doesn't use them on him. I see this as, like, you can't protect yourself from everything, right? He's taking 5 swords with him, but he has to leave 2 behind, which means, like, you can, as much as you prepare to try to not be hurt, you're still going to get hurt somehow, right? You know, we always, there's always a weakness left open, right? Nobody's invulnerable. So it seems like you've been very much in protect mode at this time in the past. In the present, we got some conflict here. We got the Five of Wands, which is a card of like rivalries. All fives are really conflicts. But with the wands, it's like you got rivals, you got people like competing against you. It can be a card of like you're trying to improve yourself as well. But it seems like, we've got a lot of like bad mojo going on here to start. So it seems like you've been really trying to protect yourself and like not get hurt. But we've got a lot of rivals here. So maybe it's like you keep, like it might be something where it's like you have your eye on someone you'd like to ask out on a date, or someone you're trying to woo, something like that. And it seems very much like it's like they've got a lot of suitors, and it's like they keep like, I used to know a girl when I was younger like this who would be like, I really liked her, and then she would like have a boyfriend, and then she would like break up with him, and then like I would go to ask her out, and then she'd have another boyfriend, and it's like, what is happening here? And it's like, and it would hurt, right? It'd be like, oh, like I thought this was my chance, and I kind of psyched myself up, and then I got hurt again because like all these other guys were always asking her out and stuff. So it could be a situation like that for you where like it doesn't have to be that exactly, but where like you kind of keep like hyping yourself up, like you're going after something, but then someone's gonna keep stealing your thunder or pulling the rug out from under you, right? Like all these people competing against you. So that's what we got so far. In your future, we got Leo, we got the Strength card. So you just need to rely on your strengths, right? Like you may not feel like you're very strong where like you got all these people competing against you and beating you all the time and you keep getting hurt, right? But if you rely on your strengths, like you really play them up, people are going to be attracted to that. They're going to be like, oh, look at Libra. Like, look at how strong Libra is. And that's what the Strength card is. It's a show of strength. Unlike a card like the Chariot, which is a card of taking the reins and taking control of the situation and putting yourself, the Strength card is like you show your strength and people kind of like are like, ooh, that's exciting. I like that, right? Like, so that's what we got there. For an outcome card, we got the Knight of Swords. And, the Knight of Swords is a card of, taking action. Just go out and take action. Just go for it. And if you're you were to look at this how I'm seeing this, the Knight of Swords is looking back at the Strength card. So he's like looking back, like in order to take action and go after what he's after and just quickly make action, he's relying on his strengths. He's looking back at the Strength card and relying on that. So I like that a lot, Libra. This is like, you know, like you're strong and you can take action. It's just, it feels like you keep getting hurt, and it's kind of like, you know, you're feeling sort of like a what's the point, or like you feel like you aren't strong enough, or you feel like you can't do this, but you can, right? It's just, you gotta rely on your strengths. Like you gotta use them to your advantage. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Five of Pentacles here, because that is a card as well of like, rely on your strengths. Don't draw attention to your weaknesses, right? It's kind of like the opposite of the Strength card. It's like, don't draw attention to your weaknesses, whereas the Strength cards draw attention to your strengths, right? So I would not be surprised if that popped out here, but like, that's what you need to be doing, right? If you want to achieve your goals, you want to break out of the cycle, you got to rely on your strengths, even though you may not feel like you have any, or like you feel like you've been getting crushed so much that like, what's the point? You got to use them to get out of this, right? So I like that. We'll get you some clarifiers here in a second, Libra, but before we do, if you could leave a like, I appreciate that a lot. You can check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one. I keep saying those out of order. I usually say subscribe first, but you can check out those videos and see what might be coming for you in the week ahead. You can subscribe if you haven't already. We got 2 pop-outs for you that we're gonna keep here for you in just a second, but you can subscribe if you haven't already. You can hit that bell icon, and you can actually personalize the videos now, so you only get notified for the videos that you want to see, that you've been watching. Like, so if you've been watching a lot of Libra videos, you only get notified when I upload Libra videos. And if you're checking out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos as well, it'll notify you when I upload those ones too. So that's a great way to be. And you can also share this video if you feel so inclined to get the word out to other Libras who may be needing to hear this. But let's get on to this. We have got the 4 of Swords and the 3 of Swords to clarify the 7 of Swords. Funnily enough, these two add up to 7. So magic, that is. But the 3 of Swords is about cutting out, is about heartbreak. And like, again, like I was talking about, like with like that girl I used to know, where it's like she kept seemingly having a boyfriend every time I, you know, got the courage together to ask her out. Like, it's very much a heartbreak card. So that could be what's happening to you with this. Is like, you're trying to protect yourself from that heartbreak, but it just keeps getting you, right? So you need to cut out what doesn't serve you, which is also what the 3 of Swords is about. The 4 of Swords is about rest, recovery, rejuvenation, and blessings coming in, right? You need to like realize you need to recover some of your strength, to get strong so that you can overcome this challenge. So I like that a lot. Clarifying the 5 of Wands, we got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, like all the queens, a very motherly type, very giving type energy, where it's like, you know, they're trying to support you emotionally with your feelings, as the Queen of Cups does. So this is very much like, maybe you need to, instead of focusing on like, your rivals and the people who are trying to like, in this situation, potentially woo this person that you're interested in, or take this promotion from you, or what have you, you need to talk to someone about it. And they're going to be the person that kind of points out, like, you are a really X type of person. That's like, you're a really good person, you're really strong, you're whatever. They're going to point out your strengths so that you can focus on them to improve yourself. So you're not worrying about all these negatives, right? We get that negative bias sometimes, which really sucks when we have a lot of things not going our way, but that could be happening to you. And maybe you need to find someone that's a Queen of Cups type to help bring out your strengths and make you realize what you are strong in. So I like that. Clarifying the Strength card, we got the, if he would pop out for us, we got the Hierophant, which is Taurus's card. So maybe dealing with the Taurus at this time as well. But the Hierophant is very much about tradition and doing things in a traditional manner. And so, like, you know, with your strengths, like, it's you know, a lot of people focus on their strengths, right? I believe, who was it? It was a hockey sports journalist or something, or hockey sports personality. But the guy talked about how he had done an interview with someone who talked about how a coach told a player to work on their strengths 90% of their time and their weaknesses 10% of the time. And I feel like that's the kind of attitude you need to work on. Is like, you need to work on your strengths 90% of the time, and really focus down on those. And then just worry about improving your weaknesses just a little bit, but not as much as focusing on your strengths, because your strengths are what make you you. So that's what the Hierophant is trying to say to you, is like, you need to be like that kind of a person, someone who focuses on their strengths and not their weaknesses, right? So I like that. Clarifying the King of Swords, we got the Seven of Cups. Oh, excuse me. And the Seven of Cups is a card of like being like kind of spoiled for choice, or just having too many choices. You get like analysis paralysis kind of going on. So with that, clarifying the Knight of Swords, I feel like you have a lot of directions you can go once you realize what your strengths are. You have a lot of, like you can just start running this way and this way and this way because you're good at this, this, and this, and that, like, you can do those kind of things. And it feels like you don't know which way to go. And you really need to focus down on like, what is the main one, right? Like if you have like 3 or 4 strengths, like what is the one that you're the strongest at? What is your defining strength? And focus on that and take action towards that and take action improving that. So that will help you break out of this cycle I am seeing for you, Libra. So I like that a ton. So that is all I got for you this week, Libra. I hope that helps you out. Remember, you can leave a like, you can subscribe, hit that bell icon, personalize it, check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos, get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead. Share the video as well, and I hope to see you, Libra, in the next video.